Book your driving lesson now at dla-driving.co.uk. Sponsored by DLA Driving Schools.
Hello and welcome to Oh in the Town. It's a midweek special as we discuss what went on at Kenilworth Road on Tuesday. Luton Town 2, Oxford United 2. It was another, I'm going to say it's another lacklustre effort from the Hatters for me. We just clung on to a point, down to 10 men. We'll talk about that in more detail. And at the end, thankful to Kaminsky for keeping us in the game. Now, Oxford could have won that 6-2, and although to say that, we could have got more than that. If you're watching on YouTube already, you'll see there's just me and Steve here tonight. Steve, thanks for coming up.
No problem.
I'm just a bit sad.
Yeah, well, we made plans for this midweek special on the assumption that we were going to win, and at 2-0 we probably thought that was good planning, didn't we?
Honestly, let's just start about my first part of the evening and then we'll get on to it all.
Okay.
The bloody rain, the buses were stopped. We spent too long in the pub, missed the first 10-15 minutes.
Well, it's not good planning, is it? It's not good planning. But, I mean, the traffic was hideous, wasn't
ridiculous. A little bit of rain. This country cannot cope with rain. And do you know what? They had a pitch inspection. I wish they'd have called it off now.
Well, we noticed that quite quickly, sort of about 10 yards in from where the benches were. The ball was really holding up there quite a lot. There was a lot of surface water, and you could see when they were running, it was, the spray was coming up and that.
I've got to ask you, Steve, what are we going to do? How are we going to get through this? Because it's another performance that really could have been much, much better.
Yeah.
Under the lights at home, I don't think we've dominated anyone at Kenilworth Road for months.
No, I mean, we certainly started more purposeful. I thought Clark was really wanting the ball, first 10. He got his goal, should have got another one where he sort of cut across and then sort of put it back across. He just missed post. I mean, he had done all the difficult work. He'd have been really disappointed with that. But, he seemed really intent in getting hold of the ball. So, maybe, he was trying to sort of get things going.
It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because we went there full of expectation. Oxford just arrived in the division, but they are on fire. And do you know what?
Yeah, they're on fire at home though, Dave. That was their first point away.
The point I'm trying to say is, when they were playing, when I was watching them, I mean, this is how we used to play.
They were very compact. They passed the ball cleanly to each other. There seemed to be an awful lot of the time someone wanting the ball. And they're all things that we're not doing at the moment.
The stats last night, Steve, were telling me that Oxford had more of the ball, more of the passes, more chances.
Yep.
And they looked far better than we did. We just looked totally disorganised.
Totally and lost.
Lost, that's a good word for it.
We've always been a really strong team sort of mentally, and we don't seem to have that at the moment. Walking back to the car after the game last night, BBC Three Counties radio, and they were talking about some of the stats. Now, the expected goals conceded so far this season should be 7, according to the computer, but we've let in 11. But also our passing success rate, we are 21st in the division.
Well, it's just been, I think our expectations have been high because of last season, and it hasn't worked. We're 8 games in, and we've got 8 points.
Yeah, but some of the passing has just been, you stagger to think where has it come from?
Yeah, and I just want to put a positive spin on, because I know the rest of this isn't going to be positive. We've lost 1 in 3, 1 in 4.
Well, 1 in 4, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a positive spin for everyone.
You can say, you can wrap it up however you want, can't you?
Well, you
that's
can.
Absolutely
right.
right.
I think that's the thing. So maybe things are improving.
Yeah, but when there's a fox in the ground who's got a free ticket, probably got the buffet, and he didn't even want to watch the game.
Well, you did predict it, Steve. Look, I've got a couple of 3-word reviews. I just dragged them off the net earlier. Mike said, another hard watch. Kevin, it's another point. Neil, wrong formation again. Joe, sick of this. Andy, when it rains, I'm with you on that one, Andy.
Yeah.
Simon, yet again, dismal. David, Oxford should have won. I totally agree. And Clive, point nearer safety. That's very optimistic, Clive.
Yeah. Again, it's a difficult one. I thought that Moses was playing too deep, so we didn't get enough of his qualities further up the pitch. Then later on in the game, we brought on Walters, played him on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
it just seems to be, round pegs in square holes at the moment. And, I know there's this debate about Taylor, and, a lot of people sort of said it wasn't a game for Taylor last night. But it wasn't a game for any of them. None of them were doing it. So why not try someone? I mean, he must be thinking, he must be stinking it up in training to not even get a sniff last night.
I don't understand why he didn't get on the pitch. Obviously, when we get down to 10 men, there's not a lot more you can do really than try and shore up a little bit. But we played better from that point.
I said to my mate Keith last night when we went down to 10 men, I said, well, it's just one less person to make a bad pass. Ergo, we're better.
Ergo, you win the argument, don't you? Look, it started positively. Like you say, Clark had that chance that he pulled it into the right, and then he should have scored.
Yeah, he should just try to.
I think he should have scored. I think he'd be disappointed he didn't score.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, massively. Because he had worked well to get into that position.
And then, we're 10 minutes in. I'm in the car outside the stadium trying to get to the bloody game. And the commentator tells me that Clark has scored and the noise is fantastic. So do you want to talk me through that one?
Good play by Krause, really.
Well, he won the ball well, didn't he?
Yeah.
From when they run across the goal.
And we've seen 3, 4 or 5 of those already from him where he's just nicked it, maybe not in critical areas like it was against Oxford, but, in all areas of the pitch, he's nicking in, he's stealing the ball away from the opposition, and that's great. And that's what happened there. Fortunately for us, it went straight to Clark. Nice and composed finish, put it away. So, I was really pleased with that, because we just nicked the ball off them.
They weren't our only chances either.
No,
in the first half, and even though they were 1-0 up, Oxford were still pressing forward. They were still looking for that goal, and they had a couple of chances. Kaminsky in goal. For me, he got man of the match. Yeah. When your goalkeeper keeps getting man of the match, there's something wrong, isn't there?
Yeah, it tells you an awful lot. I mean, first half and second half, he made several good saves. They had a couple of chances in the first half where they curled them just wide.
Yeah.
And they really should have been on target.
Was that your man who scored the first goal? He had a couple of opportunities that I'm thinking that should have gone in.
Yeah.
One in particular, I don't know how he didn't hit the target.
No, that's right. I mean, it was close in that, but they will be absolutely gutted because...
It's nothing more than they deserved.
Well, half-time, they could have been 3-1 up.
Well, Oxford could have been 3-1 up, but we could have had 2 more goals.
Yeah, we could have done. There was an opportunity...
Eli?
Yeah, Elijah was put through, and...
Well, I think he was unlucky there. I mean, he did everything right apart from hit the target. It just went a little bit past the post.
He did. It was with his wrong foot, but he got the shot away. And at that point, you're thinking that's fine. He's positive. He's taken the shot. That's okay.
The atmosphere at the ground last night wasn't nice.
No, it wasn't. I mean, I think we're so fed up.
Well, you can be fed up, Steve, but you still got. I mean, again, I'm going to be accused of being a happy clapper here. You're still going there to support the team. You can express your opinions. You can tell how fed up you are, but you want to spur them on, and I don't think we did enough of that last night.
But I think the spark sometimes has got to come from the team. I mean, I think really early on, the Oxford striker pushed Kaminsky into the advertising boards,
right? And
Kaminsky sort of got up and sort of had a go at him. Ref had to get involved, and I thought that's good because for a long time when we're angry, we've played better, and I thought excellent. If there's a bit of needle in this, then that might spur us on a little bit.
I arrived at the game and started watching it, and I'm thinking,
so you missed kickoff.
I missed kickoff.
But how long were you in the pub for? Knowing the atrocious weather outside and the traffic.
A few hours. But the point is, we had a special bus arranged, so it didn't turn up.
A special bus.
And we weren't the only one who didn't get the bus. Thank you for my daughter for coming to pick us up and taking us over. Otherwise I wouldn't have seen the game at all. Well, I watched on TV. I just want to say, though, when I got in there, I just didn't feel up for the game.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel up for the game. And watching the game and the rain's coming down, where I know we're 1-0 up and Oxford are creating the chances. So when you miss a few, like the Eli opportunity, and then you get a second. Mm-hmm. And let's talk about that second, because actually Kraus, he was loving it, wasn't he, when he scored?
Yeah, I'm going to say he really wants to get involved with the crowd, and he really wants to sort of motivate them and that's really, really good. But say the ball broke over on the left, keeper was way out.
What was he doing?
Well,
why would he come out that far?
I think he was expecting to be able to pick the ball up, but for whatever reason...
And Jacob Brown?
Yeah, Jacob Brown got it, looked up, nice composed, just rolled it in. And from the Kenilworth Road end, to me, it looked like... I mean, Kraus did slip as he was shooting, but it looked to me as if he kicked it into his sliding foot and created like a bit of a spin. But
when we watched it back, and that didn't look like that at all. Yeah,
no, but I mean, there was a definite slip, but it was really good. He was there to pick up the ball, but yeah, it was good from Brown. He'll be pleased with that.
2-0 up. You're going to think to yourself, now, okay, just keep it. It's 37 minutes. You've got a few minutes to half time. Just keep it at this. 2-0, get in, change your kit, because you're obviously getting soaked. Mm-hmm. And we win the game. That's how I look at it. We win the game. We go up, we come out at 2-0, and we go, right, now we're going to push on. We're going to win this game.
Yeah.
What do we do? A minute before half time.
It was a quick move, wasn't it? There was like 3 first-time passes, and the shot was immediately taken as well.
I get that, Steve. I get that. Did move the ball real quick, but your man was on his own.
Yeah,
Goodrum was on his own.
Yeah, I mean, I did think that Burke probably should have been closer to him, but as I say, maybe
good finish. Kaminsky could do nothing about it.
No, it was a lovely finish, and maybe it was because there were 2 or 3 quick passes. Maybe that's why Burke wasn't sort of right on him, point blank and that, but fair play. It was a really good finish.
It's frustrating being a Hatter at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. So you're going at 2-1 and you're thinking, well, what happens next? How do we stop this rot? Surely we're going to be, higher up the field, we're going to press on, maybe we'll change the formation, maybe he'll bring somebody else on. And I know everybody's saying, let's bring Taylor on, but Eli can't play up the front on his own all the time. He just literally can't.
Well, no, that's right. So there's another argument for him. But as well, I mean, I mentioned it earlier, Moses, large parts of the first half, he just wasn't involved. And it just seemed too cautious. At home against a team that's just been promoted, no points on the road, and he just wasn't involved in an attacking sense hardly at all.
Although he can stand out when he does it.
Well, yeah, that's right. But he was pushed further up in the second half, but he didn't have that freshness in his legs. We'd used most of the energy that he had with him too deep. And again, do you think, really, is that needed?
When we talk about Moses on the Monday night podcast, I said I don't see him like a starter or a 90-minute player. He was on the pitch practically all the game, wasn't he?
A vast majority of it, yeah. I think, I don't know, 75, 80 was
crazy. Look, there's more to come, I'm sure, from him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be positive. I know it's not overly too bad right now. The football is not entertaining. We're not playing right. I don't know what's happened to... I just had a text from one of the guys I used to do the Premier League podcast with. He says, what's happened to your club? And I can't reply. I don't know. I don't absolutely know.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking to a Derby fan today who works in the office upstairs, and he said, what the hell's going on?
I think it will change. I genuinely think it will change. So, at 2-1, we're doing all right. But the second half's not started well, and they equalise. And from that moment on, I mean, that goal itself, I generally can't describe it. He finished it well, a nice little touch, nice little flick in from Rodriguez, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a nice little cross, but how did they... Well, they just didn't stop, did they?
He sort of... The guy on the wing sort of moved it from his left to his right. There was Alfie and someone else, I can't remember. but there was quite a gap between them, which meant that he could put the ball through quickly. And then, it went straight to the guy's feet, but he's really quick feet, and he sort of, got an angle on it. I mean, again, the goal scorer done really well, but he should not have had the chance, because I felt that the cross came in too easily. There was 2 men on the person crossing, but there was a big gap for the ball to go straight through it.
His little flick was to die for, really.
Yeah.
It was a good goal, really.
I want to say quickly as well, about Pelly. There was a lot of people digging him last night, and, in isolation, he had a stinker.
He made some errors. He absolutely made some errors, yeah.
He has hardly played for a year, and he's bought on quite early on, in a team that's struggling for confidence, struggling for formation. I thought it was a really difficult game for him to come in and shine. I'm not saying he played well, but I'm just saying it was a really difficult one for him. He's hardly played for a year.
It's a difficult one for everyone to watch a team that was absolutely on fire. And I think the problem is we've seen this team and our team, not this team in particular, but our team, play so well over a number of years. And we're almost thinking it's a crisis time. It's not really a crisis, is it?
Well, we're not far off it, Dave. But we've seen our team play as a unit. When we've pressed over the last 3 or 4 years, we've pressed as a unit. One person's press is force it along. It's been a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem that at the moment.
I just want to talk about the number of opportunities Oxford had. There was like 3 in a row against Kaminsky. Made a great save twice and then pushed it around the post. Mm-hmm. Every time they came forward, I thought...
Yeah, a couple of goal line clearances as well, wasn't there?
Every single time Oxford pressed forward. And listen, if you're an Oxford fan, you're listening, thank you for listening. You can always like and subscribe. It's lovely. But they always had someone overlapping, particularly Kioso on the right second half. It was either Kioso overlapping or the guy in front of him. The two of them pivoted quite a lot. There's the thing, what I'm trying to say is, if I was an Oxford fan leaving that stadium, I'd be happy with the point, but gutted we didn't get all 3 because they deserved it.
Yeah, and I think they could have gone for us a lot more. I think they could have been
4-1 up at half time.
I think that last 15 or 20, I think if they'd have gone, balls out football, I think they could have got it. I thought they were quite reserved in how much they went at us.
Well, maybe let's just talk about the Walsh incident. Comes on as
this part of the pod is going to take longer to talk about than he was on the pitch, by the way.
Yeah, okay, I'll count it from now. He's comes on at 76 minutes. The ball goes into play for 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And he's sent off. I've got to tell you that anybody, I don't understand, and please don't take this the wrong way, Luton fans, but I don't understand anyone who clapped him off the park that night.
Well, I was watching as he went off because, I think, like, going back in years, let's say, I don't know, Kevin Nichols, whoever, someone's got sent off and there has been a lot of clapping. I didn't see hardly anyone clapping.
There were a couple of people around us doing it, and I don't understand that.
No.
Right, but the thing is, if the likes of Kevin Nichols got sent off, he'd have had a brilliant game up until that point.
Yeah.
And he was been niggling, and he'll do a tackle, and we go, that's brilliant, red card. And you go, okay, well, we like him.
Yeah.
Listen, I like Walsh, but it was a bit...
That was nothing short of idiotic.
3 games out.
Yeah, I mean, one, it was a pathetic, nasty tackle. I mean, because he sort of done him with the trailing leg as well. How can you be so out of control immediately, Dave?
Well, I think he sat there and watched it and think, I'm going to make a difference here and I'm going to get at it straight away.
Yeah, but you've still got to channel that.
I get that, Steve, but I just think he wanted to make a difference. I think he wanted to be that.
Yeah, well, he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's what he was trying to do. He mistimed his tackle, definitely. He wasn't. Was it 2-footed? No, it was scissored 2-footed.
Yeah. It's 2-footed. It was a stupid tackle.
Well, we won't be appealing it, will we?
No.
So he gets sent off, and you just think, the way Oxford have been playing, there is no way on this earth we're going to win now.
No.
But we got better.
We did. And again, just going back to Elijah on that, he
had another opportunity, didn't he, at the end there?
Well, he did. He really worked hard all night. I mean,
look, you can't knock him for his work.
No,
you can't knock him for what he did. We just need him to start bloody scoring.
And I thought he was going to have his moment sometime in the last 10 minutes. I think it was Pelly just laid the ball across him for him to shoot with his right foot, sort of on the inside right of the box, and he didn't take a shot. And then it broke down, and I was absolutely screwing about it.
The one at the far post as well.
Yeah, there's the one that Alfie Doughty crossed.
Yeah, that far post.
That's right.
For me, should have scored.
But I think the biggest crime was him not even taking that shot on. That for me showed that he has got absolutely zero belief, because there was no reason for him not to have taken the shot. There wasn't a man sort of right on him or anything like that, and I just thought that was really poor. But yeah, again, he's missed a couple of gilt-edged chances. Super
frustrating.
Yeah.
In the end, I think we're lucky to cling on to a point. Mm-hmm. The weather wasn't great. I didn't stay around for the booze.
No, because you had the booze beforehand.
Yeah, I went to Chippy, to be fair. But I'm disappointed that you have to tell the team that they're not playing well. You have to tell the team.
Yeah, well, my grandson did want to stay and sort of clap the team off, so we did do that.
You can clap the team off. That's fantastic. If you want to support your team, you can do that. And if you want to criticise your team, we all pay our money. We've said this before. You have the right to do that. You don't have the right to call other fans out on it. So just get on with it and enjoy it. Yeah. Or not enjoy it, whatever happens. I think the frustration is we know this team is better.
Yeah.
And then you look at the upcoming fixtures: Sheffield United, Watford, West Brom, Sunderland, Coventry. Where's the next points coming from? Because I'll tell you now, if we play like we played against Oxford, then I might be leaving the game against Watford really early.
Because you're going to get sent off?
Well, I think we'll all get sent off, because if we play that bad against Watford, they will take us to the cleaners.
Let's say we lose against Sheffield United, which,
it's all probability. We're not going to...
On form of that, although we've done them the last 2 times at their place, haven't we? But let's say that happens. Edwards has surely got to think there's an awful lot riding on the Watford game.
I generally don't think we're going to do anything silly with him. I think we need to back him. We don't agree with his system.
I'm saying
I think the board
pressure
will back him.
from him.
The pressure on him is immense right now, because he can't become a crap manager overnight. You just can't. The players can't become crap players overnight. There is something not quite clicking right at the moment. And I can't put my finger on it. But I'm thinking
we just seem to get run over in midfield all the time, though.
Well, we had Barkley and Lokonga last season. Mm-hmm. I'd love to have kept either or both of those.
Yeah.
But we didn't. And we replaced them with whom? And at the end of the day...
A very injury-prone Baptiste.
Yeah, but if he gets back in the team, and then look at Mari Bell getting back in the team, and then you think to yourself, well, that strengthens it a little bit more. Look, Reece Burke has played his nuts off quite a few games this season.
It's lucky that his injuries have held up, hasn't it?
The jury's out for some people on McGuinness. For me, I thought he looked strong in a couple of games. I think sometimes could do a little bit better. But you don't pay £15 million for a player who you think's going to be shite.
Yeah, he wasn't 15, was he?
I don't know.
No, I think it could be up to around 10 was what I saw thing. But I think it's difficult to judge him at the moment, because again, he's new into a squad or a team that at the moment is all at sea. I think if he'd have come into a much more settled, well-performing team, I think you would have seen him really excelling, to be honest with you. So I think he's a really, really good player. I think he just needs everything to be a bit more settled and, consistent.
The difficult thing is we all know as Hatters, we all know what's coming, and we all need to win that game.
Yeah, I know.
We need to win that game. So get a good performance in at Sheffield United, whether we win or lose. Do a bloody good performance.
Yeah, we need Morris back.
International break. This is the first time that I've gone, we need this.
Yeah.
We need this big time.
Yeah, I think
you're right. Get Morris back.
Yeah.
Get Amari back.
Because
get everybody back who were fantastic for us last season. And you know what? Everybody keeps saying give Joe Taylor a chance. I'd love him to come on and score a couple.
So, yeah, everyone would, especially him. And I think it might be easier to play him with Morris, because Morris is a good target man. He's good at laying the ball off. He's good at bringing other people into play. So that's where I'm really hopeful.
Well, it's been a difficult few days, isn't it? Let's be fair.
It has.
Plymouth away, and then the home game where we were no better. Oxford were better than us on the night again, and Plymouth were better than us on the night overall. And it's frustrating to see that, very frustrating to see that. However, I'm going to remain optimistic. That we can turn this around. We're off to Sheffield on Saturday.
Yep.
If you see us up there, come over and say hi. It's always nice to see everyone.
Don't say hi to Dave though.
Don't say hi to Dave.
No, your head's getting too big.
Okay. All right, Steve. Thanks for that one. I don't know, that came out as left field. Look, if you're watching on YouTube and you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It does help us out loads. And if you're listening on Spotify or wherever else you get your iTunes or wherever else you get your podcasts from, try looking on YouTube and have a look. You can see how ugly Steve looks.
Indeed. Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And listen, let's hope we can get some sort of absolute brilliant performance at Sheffield, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Take care.